it's also my vision to have food available for everyone, available for every Filipinos.
Hey, I'm Al, and this is the Paglalayag podcast. I'm using this podcast to showcase what's going on around me in the clean tech and hardware space dito sa Pilipinas. These next few episodes will introduce you to some high-powered social and technology entrepreneurs and balik scientists. While this is a business channel, I'm mostly going to keep things at a personal level and avoid talking too much about numbers. I hope you will find this cast of characters as impressive and inspiring as I do. So, tuloy-tuloy lang. Let's get into it. Okay, welcome to Paglalayag. I'm Al, and today I'm with Orange Silverio, founder of Tambanokano Aqua Farm, where they're raising mud crabs in Parañaque with a focus on food security using recirculating aquaculture systems. So thank you for joining me today. Yeah. So to start, could you tell me a little bit about your company?
Yeah, we are raising mud crabs inside crab condominium towers. So basically, we are using recirculating aquaculture system. It's a system wherein the waters are just circulating, and we raise crabs and harvest them within 15 to 20 days of doing the whole cycle. So yeah.
Very nice. And is this your first foray into entrepreneurship?
Actually, before I started the crab farm, I'm a digital marketer. So I have a small digital marketing company which is PIN Method. So what we do is we do websites, we do social media marketing, we do email marketing and lead generation.
Very nice. And what drove you to decide to get into this venture of mud crabs and Tambanokano?
Actually, I feel like this is just an accident project. So basically, I'm a single mom of two kids. I started my family when I was 19, and I went back to school while raising my kids. And then there was a time that after graduation, 2 days after my graduation, my husband left me. So I'm in the verge of destruction, depression, and I don't know what to do next. So my friends, especially my best friend, told me, why don't you go to a place that you don't know, just to have a reset, just for you to relax and find yourself in a little bit. So I went to Bolinao, Pangasinan. I packed my bags and bring my kids there. And then after 2 weeks, pandemic hit, and I don't have any way to go back to Manila because every city is already closed. So I don't have the chance to to bring my kids back, and literally. I was really scared. Yeah. So the weeks became months became years, and there I've met this family of fisher folks in Bolinao, Pangasinan, and they are 16 in the family, and they don't have any food to feed themselves because their father is a fisher folk. And what's happening is that China were scared of Chinese people because these Chinese people are really pestering them in the ocean, and some of the fisher folks that I know just go to the land and they just get jobs that they really don't know doing, and it's a very saddening because they cannot bring their kids to school. And what's really even make me more sad is the idea that these kids, they would follow their parents in the ocean, and they will try to harvest crabs, they will try to harvest fish on their own, and that don't want to go back to school anymore because they think that it's very hopeless to graduate in school. That's why I've tried to actually help them. At first, I was trying to help them. I wanted to train them doing what I know, like do websites, do social media. However, the problem is even emails, they don't know how to open it. Even computers, like basic computer education, they don't have that. That's why I thought that it won't work, or it's going to be really challenging to actually help them with the skill sets that I know. So I asked few of the friends and some of my clients if they know people who knows this and that, and that is where we discovered that we could actually do the recirculating aquaculture system. So the system is from Malaysia, and then we bring it over here in the Philippines. So, yeah.
Galing. Okay, cool. So I think you've already alluded to this a little bit, but I don't need to tell you that entrepreneurship can be a bit of an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it is.
Would you like to share any stories about like a very high point that you had
Well,
doing your own business for yourself?
to be honest, this project is like a love and hate relationship. So whenever, let's say for example, whenever I wanted to, when I first started this, I was really hesitant because I don't know what fishing is. I don't know. What I know is I go to the mall, I open my laptop, I code, I do websites for a living. I don't know how to raise crabs, I don't know how to fish, I don't know anything. So it was like that was the first challenge. But whenever there would be, let's say for example, I'm interested in partnering with you, I wanted to know more about you, I wanted to see how you would grow. These kinds of encouragement really encourage me. However, whenever I feel like, oh my gosh, this is so much, this is a lot, I don't want to do this anymore. And especially when we started it, we tried to, on our prototype, we tried to raise 10 crabs. At first, 2 days, it was really happy. It's a very happy moment. We are able to actually see them eating. And after the 3rd day, each one of them died one by one. And I thought, oh my God, it's not working. How can I don't want to do this anymore. This is super hard. But I guess it's more of, if you're going to do entrepreneurship and you just want the money, it's easy for you to stay out of it, like to close down the business. But if you have like a motivation and you have the heart to actually, you have a North Star more than the money, I think that is where the grit and the resilience will come in. So yeah.
So how would you describe your North Star?
Well, actually, talking with our stakeholders, doing some interviews with this community in Bolinao, Pangasinan, I can say that what I wanted to do for Tambanokano Aqua Farm is not just to give them food on the table, but I wanted them to stand up on their own, be entrepreneurs on their own abilities, to give them a livelihood that is very sustainable, and a hope that even if life is hard, life is not, it's not going to give you the beds of roses. You could still stand up and you could still have a better life for you and for your family. I guess that's it. And also, I also wanted to, it's also my vision to have food available for everyone, available for every Filipinos. Because here in the Philippines, we are very rich in terms of resources. However, we are poor because we don't know what to do with these resources, and we don't know how to take care of these resources. That's why it's our mission to actually educate. It's our mission to actually help and to have a little dent in that little corner of our world. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I've got 2 quotations. I want to hear what you think. Okay. So Kissinger said, if you don't know where you're going, every road will get you nowhere. And then Confucius said, roads were made for journeys, not destinations.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Well, I think that would fall into the vision and the mission. For me, the vision is where you wanted to go, and the mission is the vehicles that you're going to ride going to that mission. So I guess, let's say for example, I wanted to go from Manila to Bolinao, Pangasinan. The first thing that I need to do is to pack up my bags. That's my first mission. And then go to the bus station. That's my second mission. And so on and so forth. And I think if you don't have like a roadmap for you to, you don't have systems, you don't have roadmaps, you're not going anywhere. You're not going to fulfill your mission, and definitely you're not going to go to your vision. Of course, there are like there are bumps on the road, and that's very normal. But if you really know where you wanted to go, you will never. You're not going to falter from that.
Great.
So that's my answer.
Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you very much. Just tulay lang, huh?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining me today, and we'll sign out from there.
Yeah, sure.